My name is Megan. I am 29 years old, and I work as an executive secretary in a financial company in Toronto, Canada. My days start very early. The alarm rings while the city is still quiet, and for a few seconds I stay in bed, staring at the ceiling, gathering strength for another day. I dress in simple clothes, nothing that draws attention, and I always make sure everything is clean and neat. I do not earn much money, but I believe that dignity starts with how you present yourself. I never wanted to be noticed. I only wanted to do my job well, go home, and feel safe in my small, quiet life. Work was never just a job for me. It was my stability. It was proof that I could survive on my own. My boss's name was Jonathan. He was 41 years old, always calm, always serious, always perfectly dressed. When he walked through the office, the air changed. People lowered their voices. Conversations stopped. At first, I was just another employee to him, invisible, and that was exactly how I liked it. But slowly, things changed. Jonathan started stopping by my desk. At first, it was work-related questions, then small comments, then long pauses where he stood there, saying nothing, just looking. I felt his eyes on me when I typed, when I stood up, when I walked past him. I told myself I was imagining things. I told myself not to overthink. I wanted to believe I was safe. One afternoon, he stood beside my desk and told me I was one of the most dedicated people in the company. He said I deserved more than what I had. I smiled politely, like I always did, but inside, something felt wrong. That night, I couldn't sleep. His words replayed in my mind like a song I couldn't turn off. What did he mean? More money? More responsibility? More of what? A few days later, he called me into his office. My hands were cold as I walked down the hallway. My heart beat fast, and my stomach felt tight. I thought I had made a mistake. Instead, he told me he wanted to talk about my salary. For a moment, I felt hope. A raise would change everything for me. I could breathe easier. I could stop counting every dollar. He told me I was valuable, that my work mattered. Then he paused, looked at me for a long moment, and said we should continue the conversation over dinner. He said the restaurant was at the top of a building, with a view of the whole city. I wanted to say no, but I didn't. I nodded, even though my chest felt heavy. That night, the city lights looked like stars beneath my feet. Jonathan was different, softer, warmer. He wore casual clothes, smiled more, and spoke like a man who wanted to be understood. He told me I looked beautiful. The words stayed with me longer than it should have. We talked about work, then about life. He asked about my dreams, my fears, my childhood. He told me he was lonely, that success had taken everything from him. I listened. I believed him. When he took my hand, I felt frozen. I knew it was wrong. I knew this crossed a line, but I didn't pull away. After dinner, he asked if I wanted to go to his apartment. I should have said no. Every part of me knew it, but I was tired of being strong. I was tired of being invisible. His apartment was clean, quiet, and cold, just like him. We sat close on the sofa. My heart was racing. When he kissed me, I didn't stop him. That night, I stayed. The next morning, I woke up before him. The sunlight came through the window, and reality hit me all at once. I felt heavy, empty. He smiled and told me not to worry, that he would take care of me. I wanted to believe him, because believing was easier than facing the truth. At work, everything changed. Jonathan became distant. He spoke to me only when necessary. The raise never came. When I asked, he told me to be patient. Then he stopped looking at me, stopped smiling, stopped coming to my desk. It was like I had never existed. The truth came slowly, painfully. I had been used. My hope had been a mistake. I felt ashamed, angry, small, but mostly, I felt stupid for trusting him. I went to his office and asked him directly about the promise. His face changed. He told me we should never mix personal matters with work. Hearing that broke something inside me. He ended the conversation and told me to leave. I walked back to my desk with tears burning in my eyes, my hands shaking, my heart broken. Soon people started whispering. I could feel it in the air, in the silence when I entered a room. One day, HR called me in. My legs felt weak as I sat down. I told them everything. I told them the truth. They listened. They investigated. Jonathan denied it, but the messages he had sent me told another story. He was fired. I thought it was over. I was wrong. My coworkers looked at me differently. Some blamed me. Some avoided me. A few weeks later, I received a letter saying my contract was terminated. They said it was to protect the company's image. I packed my things in silence. No one said goodbye. No one looked at me. I went home and cried for hours. I was angry at Jonathan, but I was also angry at myself. Why did I believe him? Why didn't I walk away? The weeks that followed were dark. I sent my resume everywhere. I doubted myself. I questioned my worth. I wondered if I was broken, if I had done something wrong. Then one day, I got a new job, new company, new start. My new boss was respectful, professional, safe. For the first time in a long time, I could breathe again. I worked hard. I rebuilt myself. Slowly, I realized something important. I didn't need anyone to protect me. I could protect myself. I had survived. I had learned. I had changed. I was no longer the woman who wanted to disappear at work. I knew my value now, and that was my real promotion. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and share it with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more English stories and lessons. Your support means the world to us. See you next time, here on Learn English Journey.